Hello, this is
the Positivity Park Bench Podcast. My name is Mike Wazowski.
I'm Matthew Resch.
And I'm CJ. And so today we're going to be talking about the Battle of the Bulge.
Let's go, Bulge!
So it's the winter of 1944 and 1945, so like December to January. And really it's the final attack, the final push of the Germans.
We liberated France, we liberated Belgium, we're pushing them, we're going to kick their
You can't say that.
Why not?
So the real players in the battle were the Germans and the Americans.
So, during the beginning of World War II, the Germans had done a push through the Ardennes the first time, and it was a massive success. They were able to take over France. Well, now they were planning to do pretty much the exact same thing. The problem with this, though, was that it was winter. Snowy, foggy. It was really hard to get through.
Yeah, and the Germans don't have a good track record with trying to push through the winter like the push into Russia, but they had thought before the Ardennes, the forests in the on the western front, that they could push through it again and try to take back France again and hopefully assert their power. But
yeah, they were pretty desperate over there, thinking maybe they could just accomplish the same thing twice. And then winter kind of stopped them once again.
Yeah, they were sending in multiple armies, multiple tank battalions. 200,000 German troops ended up trying to push through that little sector of France, but they were met with pretty harsh defenses by the Americans. But their main goal was, again, taking France and then trying to move into Belgium and taking Antwerp, which was a really important port for the Allies, especially from Britain.
Yeah, the Germans took Antwerp, and it would have been a really big victory for them because then the Allied supply line would have been cut off.
Yeah, that would be their pretty much only chance at this point after Russia's crashing down on the Eastern Front as well.
Yeah.
They are fighting a two-front war at this point. So it started pretty much on December 16th, and it would continue till January 25th. Yeah. And but by like Christmas Eve, the Germans they had no chance. Their fuel was down. Yeah.
Pretty sure oil might have been frozen in their tanks.
Yeah, Russia. Flashback to Russia.
Flashback to Russia.
But one of like the most famous things that happened at the Battle of the Bulge is the Siege of Bastogne. Bastogne was a town in Belgium, and famously Easy Company was stranded there after the Germans surrounded it.
I remember I heard a thing that the Germans offered them surrender or be annihilated, and the general actually replied, "Nuts."
Yeah.
I thought this was fake, but apparently this is true.
Yeah, it was.
What was his name? General A.C. McAuliffe?
Something like that.
Auliffe.
Yeah, he thought that the Germans were surrendering, but when his soldiers told him they wanted them to surrender, he literally responded with nuts.
That's great.
Yeah. But another one of the important people in there was George Patton. So George Patton was a famous general, commanded a lot of the tank armies. He was the main leader in the American offense in the Battle of the Bulge, and he pushed straight into Bastogne to rescue Easy Company and the other allies stranded there.
Yeah, but the siege of Bastogne would claim many lives, around 25,000 on both sides.
Yeah, 25,000 each. So it really wasn't. It was pretty even casualty-wise, but strategy and land-wise, it was devastating for Germany.
After the Battle of the Bulge pretty much was on its final legs, it would claim around 80,000 American lives and around 100,000 German.
Casualties.
The battle was kind of pretty much a big failure for the Germans, and this would be their final straw in the war. After the Americans were finally able to get them out of Bastogne and out of pretty much France and Belgium, they started making a push towards Berlin. And meanwhile, while they were doing this, the Russians were also making a push from the other side of Germany. So the Germans were pretty much screwed. They had no option here.
It is important to know that this battle was the largest battle on the Western Front. Participants speaking, there were, according to the numbers, I assume around 200,000 soldiers involved with all the tanks and then all
200,000 German only.
The infantry.
Yeah.
And then during it, they were constantly getting resupplies, more tanks, more soldiers.
It was probably closer to 300,000, 400,000 actual soldiers involved, probably even more than that. So it was a huge battle, and it's known as the final battle of the Second World War, in Europe anyway.
So, Mike Wazowski review, Battle of the Bulge. The Germans' final attempt to push through the Ardennes, however they failed. The Americans pushed them back. The Germans did create like a little siege in Bastogne, but all in all, it was a failure which they would never recover.
All right, we've been Positivity Park Bench Podcast, and as always, thanks for listening.